All right. I think you guys can hear me now. Let's try this. All right. Check one, check two. Perfect. All right. Let me send this to myself. Hi, if you guys are joining, we're going to get up here and running shortly. And so just give me 1 minute. I'm just forwarding. I had some technical difficulties with the last stream. So we are going to get started here in just a second. I was having issues. I couldn't find my original mic solution before I jumped on the stream today. So I apologize. It's going to be a little bit different. If you guys ever want to test out the Boom XD from Comica, this is it. I've been actually using it for streaming the last couple times I've streamed. Let me go on Instagram. And I saw EB, and I hope EB's here again. EB is a good buddy of mine, has been supporting the channel for quite some time. And I really hope he kind of came to the second stream. So Jim, what's up? What's up, Jim? How's it going, man? We're going to get started here in just a minute. I'm going live on Instagram. And we'll get going. All right. What's up, Jim? I said, what's up, Jim, already. All right, you guys. So before I get started on Instagram, for those of you that are joining via YouTube, welcome. This is to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, just to say thank you for being a part of the community, and super excited to have everyone here. And so I appreciate it so much. Jim says, can't stay tonight, but I wanted to pop in and say howdy. Jim, it is always good to see you, my friend. I'm glad you were able to stop by. Thank you very much. Honestly, like, this is supposed to be like a celebration of 5,000 subscribers, but to be honest, it's more of a thank you for being a part. So thank you very much. Jim, have a good night, man. I don't know why Instagram is not letting me go live. What is the deal? All right, live. There we go. All right. We are live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube. Jim, if he's still in here, is here chatting it up. Come join. This is going to be a very relaxed, chill stream. I am unboxing this guy here in a little bit. I'm going to wait for some people to get in here. This was a treat to myself. I guess you can say like 5,000 subscriber treat to myself. So Sigma Cine lens, and I'm super excited about it. So yeah. Welcome anybody that's joining. I got a couple people on YouTube. We've got some people joining on Instagram. So welcome. So it's official. The channel has passed 5,000 subscribers. So raise a glass with a favorite beverage. Doesn't need to be alcoholic, but mine is. So cheers. Come on in, chat it up. If you guys have questions, just want to hang out and chat, that's really what we're doing here tonight. This one, I swear, the way that YouTube has their live stream set up, it is so convoluted. If you go through the webcam portion of the live stream, like if you don't go through OBS and all of that, basically you can go through the webcam, which is great because OBS, I don't know what it is about OBS, but every time I go through OBS, I need just to probably check my settings, but basically it is just a crapshoot whether or not it's going to lag all night or hang up or drop frames, whatever it might be. And so lately when I stream, I've been going through just the webcam portion of YouTube, which has been awesome. Currently streaming through the FP right now. Actually, I'm streaming through the FP, through the Blackmagic Video Assist, and that's what I'm using right now. Do I have? I'm not gonna check. I had my LUT on there. I don't know if I do now. You know what? I'm checking. Okay, I do. Cool. All right. Sorry, that was great content. What's up, guys? What's up, guys, on Instagram? If you're just joining, there's not really a format for tonight. It's just kind of chill, hang out, say thank you to the community. We passed 5,000 subscribers. And in a minute, probably like 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to unbox my first Sigma Cine lens. I am so excited about this. So excited. So hang out, relax, pour yourself a drink. If you saw the link to what's up, Daniel? How's it going, man? Daniel, hang on. I'm going to get back to what I was saying a minute ago. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, I posted a video yesterday promoting a new microfilm challenge. And the winner, I don't have it with me, but the winner is going to win a Helios 44M. And Daniel gave me a link to a film that he had already created and kind of tagged me in it. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. I'm going to try to figure out how to put it on YouTube. But if you're in the Instagram live chat, go check it out. It is such a good use of small space, great sound design. Honestly, I'm pretty pumped on it. I'm pretty excited for that to be one of the first entries into the MBTV microfilm challenge. So Gerald, what's up, man? Thank you. Gerald says, congrats on 5K, Anson. Gerald, thank you for being a part. Daniel says, oh, thanks, dude. You're welcome. I love that. I honestly, I'm not trying to, blow smoke. It's a legit amazing microfilm. So pretty awesome. Gerald, you made a comment yesterday that the, the microfilm was asked to be somewhat family friendly. And he says, I don't know if I'll get demonetized for this, but he's like, oh shit, I'm out. I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. To be fair, my brother, the villain, went through a couple of rewrites, and even episode 2, which as soon as my voice gets back to 100%, if you guys can't tell, I'm like on the verge of losing my voice, and apparently the therapy is beer tonight, but, I think it's just allergies. Like I've just been losing my voice, having a sore throat. But when my voice is back up, I'm going to start shooting episode 2. But the script right now, the rough draft of the script probably has a lot of profanity in it. I don't know why. I just kind of default to it. It is what it is. I don't know. It's like the 15-year-old in me. I think profanity is funny sometimes. So Gerald says, LOL, I'm still thinking of putting something together. Please do. Please do. Honestly, if you guys are looking at a way to win a vintage lens, get some exposure, go watch the video, but basically the top 3 finalists for the microfilm will get featured on the channel. Who knows? Let me feature some more. If there's a lot of good entries, I may just make like a 10-minute video of just like back-to-back entries. So honestly, I said in that video, and I'll say it here, I'm all about cultivating a community of amazing filmmakers, people that are just passionate about what they're doing, all different levels. Like I don't consider myself an amazing filmmaker by any means. But that being said, I like to surround myself with people that know what they're talking about. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. So Different Gamer says, long time no see. Absolutely, man. How you been doing? Different Gamer? So If you're just joining the stream on Instagram or on YouTube, I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I put my phone right under my camera lens. And so like, I don't have to like look over here and someone feels neglected. Like everyone, like it's like inches away from each other. So I don't know why, like I haven't done that before. Anyways, so tonight is really just like a community appreciation, honestly. Like pour out a drink, let's relax, let's chat up some things, talk about, you know, what we're watching, you know, what we're in, what we're doing, and eventually here in a minute, here I'll bring it into frame. We're gonna open this big boy, the Sigma 35mm T1.5 CINE lens. I am so pumped on this. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the community post or the channel lately, I've been going back and forth on what CINE lens to buy because I really like, I think this is the year that I want to really focus on good glass, like just good glass. And Sigma has been so awesome about getting me the opportunity to get some of this gear, and not for free, but you know, just to help me out with it. But that being said, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. So we'll open up that here in a minute. Muhammad says, congratulations on 5K. Really enjoy your videos. Thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. A different gamer says, I've been bored, very bored. It's quarantine, my man. But thankfully, there's your channel to watch quality content. Man, I'll tell you what. What's up, Quippy? The content on my channel, I don't know how I've gone over a year of making content just in my house. I think there was a couple of videos where I ventured out, but then with like the whole like variants of COVID and everything, the wife and I have just been like in place, not really doing anything, but hopefully next week we're, and you know, however you feel about it, that's fine. But next week we're going to go get our vaccinations. So we're pretty excited about that. I'm pumped about that. That means I can get out of my damn house and film some stuff. Still trying to be responsible, still trying to be safe, but it takes down the stress level just a little bit. Quippy, you guys, if you guys have not checked out Quippy's channel, he has been posting some amazing stuff lately. He's posted his initial first impressions on the Blackmagic 6K Pro. He put out his first impressions of the new FPV drone from DJI. I'm like, what the? It's amazing. So he's got a pretty good hookup where he is. And so if you guys are looking at some like new gear, no pressure, Quippy, but some new gear, most likely he's going to get his hands on it before some of us in the States get our hands on it, because this is just a saturated market. I had a conversation with one of my buddies today. Like, the States are saturated as far as like who gets what. So like big tubers are the only ones that are really getting some of this embargo stuff, or like early release stuff, or even like first round of stuff. And so channels like myself are like scratch and claw at trying to get that gear early enough. But if you follow somebody like Quippy or even my buddy Pav, because they're technically in another market, they're able to get some of the stuff a little bit easier and quicker. So if you're looking at like, you know, I want, you know, maybe a first round impressions, again, no pressure, Quippy. Go follow Quippy's channel. He's a really awesome photographer. I know the channel's all, you know, gotten to where we're kind of centric around filmmaking, but honestly, like, he does a really great job at reviewing gear. So definitely check him out. So that being said, we got a couple more chats in here. Different Gamer says, I feel you, man. I've been home for a year and rarely go out. Man, I think everyone is fatigued from this year, dude. It's insane. I think last week, it got heavy. I was just like, I got to get out of the house. I got to go like breathe some fresh air. So I feel that. I'm ready for this to pass. So, Grunt. I think that's Grunt. It's GRVNT, but I think the V is supposed to be like a play on there. Excited to join the microfilm challenge. Hell yes. Hell yes. Let's make that happen. Guys, I am so excited to see what you guys do. I'm pumped. So please, 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 please participate. And at the end of the day, you can win a Helios 44M. It's an amazing lens. It's what I used, well, kind of what I used for the first episode of My Brother the Villain. So yeah. Grant, that's what it is. So I went one way. I went with the U instead of the A. I like it though. I like it. My wife is a designer and she would appreciate that. So do not go to sleep, iPhone. Fernando, what's up, man? Gerald says, yeah, getting gear has been a challenge. I've been lucky having a couple friends in Shenzhen and should have some interesting reviews coming shortly. I looked at the wrong camera. Let me do that again. Gerald, I'm excited. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, honestly, like, I think that's one reason I've kind of shifted the niche, if you will, for this channel. Like, I'll do some gear reviews. Like, I'm literally looking at this per gear pancake lens right now. I'll show you guys this. It's pretty dope. It's just literally like I put it on the original pocket camera and it takes up like no space. It's an f8, 10 millimeter. I'm excited to use it, but the thing with gear reviews now is I'm trying to figure out, okay, how and what can I shoot with it? So I think I may like make a whole film about, I'm not gonna spoil a surprise, but tight spaces basically with this little thing. So I'm pretty excited about that, but I really haven't, like, usually as a YouTuber, especially a gear review channel, you kind of like go chasing down people. And I haven't really been doing that this year. Like EB, who is joining the stream, who works with Sigma, is really awesome about, you know, getting me some gear. So I'm doing the unbox. Oh, YouTube paused. No, YouTube, don't pause. But basically, I was saying I'm unboxing the CINE lens here, but I've actually got a whole box of Sigma lenses down here on the floor. I actually just got in all the I series lenses, the ones that are currently out, so I don't have to like say I'm under embargo or stuff like that. They're currently out, all the I series lenses. So I have the 24, the 35, the 45, and the 60. Now they're under something like 65, or I can't remember what the 60 millimeter one is, and the new 28 to 70. So I'll be testing those out. I think I'm gonna do the I series as a set and actually shoot the next episode of My Brother the Villain with the I series lens and throw in some shots of the CINE lens and see if you guys can tell the difference. I got ambitions here, ambitions. So we got some more chat here. What lighting setup do you use for your videos? Your videos look killer. So right now I am using the, yeah, that was the last one. I'm using the Godox SL150W Mark II. And then honestly, I'm using that in these practical shelf lights back here. And that's really it. And I have a quarter black pro mist from Tiffin on the lens, and so that's how you're getting that halation from the shelf lights. But yeah, that's all I'm using. It's honestly like gear that costs no more. I mean, the Godox was sent to me, so I didn't really think that one was like $300 to $400. Honestly, like I use that one because it has the no fans. You can actually shut off the fans, and so that's really nice. But we'll get the SL60W. It's a little bit louder, but if you do something like this where you have like a audio system on you or close to you, you're not going to hear the fans necessarily that much. But go get that. The softbox I'm using is a newer softbox, which is like $40. So the light 200, shelf lights are $15 a pop. So 250, get yourself a YouTube set. So Fernando says, I'm switching houses. I just got you used to being over on Instagram, Fernando. What's up, guys? How's it going? I don't know if I will have time, but I want to participate in the contest. My wife is leaving me, and new life is a lot of work. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry to hear that, man. So, well, hey, what's better therapy than making films? And so, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Gerald says, good luck, man. A new adventure awaits. Hell yeah. And honestly, that's the only reason I would say make a film, is to remind yourself of this journey. You know, put it into like a experimental script and have some fun with it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Quippy says, okay, is it just me or the connection? Yeah, the connection hung a little bit. Apparently my internet connection was a little bit slow, but Quippy says it's good now. Yeah, absolutely, Fernando. You're in the community of people that are here to support you. So we're thinking about you, man. And honestly, like, see this as a new adventure, a new beginning. So cheers. With that being said, okay. We got people in here. It's already be clickbait. Let's open this up. Do you guys want, let me know in the chat, do you guys want to unbox the I-series lenses too, or just the Cine lens? Let me know. I'm going to do the Cine lens first because I kind of promised that one. So absolutely. So let me know if you want to see the I-series lenses. I honestly don't know if there's that much in the I-series lenses. They're contemporary lenses, which generally don't come with a ton of like bags or things like that. So let me get the keyboard out of the way and mouse. Okay. All right. Here we go. Da da da. Okay. So first and foremost, this is a 35 millimeter T1.5 Cine Prime from Sigma. I went with that one instead of the Cine version of the 18-35. I love the 18-35, but it's APS-C only, or Super 35. And with the Sigma FP being full frame, I wanted something that would go on my full frame camera, as well as obviously on the Pocket 4K and OG Pocket camera. So let's do this. Now, while I'm doing this, don't think that YouTube is paying me a ton of money, and that's how I'm able to afford a Sigma Cine lens. If you're not familiar, these lenses brand new are $3,500. I got it refurbished, and Sigma hooked me up a little bit with a little bit of a price cut on it. So that's how I'm able to afford it. And actually, for this one, I sold like 3 or 4 lenses. Like I sold the Sigma 50-100. What else did I sell? I think I sold the 16 millimeter Sigma. I sold a 7 Artisans lens. I sold a few different things to be able to afford this. So again, I'm not rolling in the dough. Hey, and so just one last thing. My wife is leaving me is hard, but please don't leave Micro Four Thirds. I love the priorities there. Honestly, I'm more likely to stay in Micro Four Thirds and stay with the pocket cameras than I am going with EF mount Super 35. I want to go Super 35, but I want to stay in kind of the Blackmagic ecosystem. And so I don't foresee myself, unless they put out like a Mark II Pocket 4K with like a Micro Four Thirds mount, but a Super 35 sensor. I don't see myself leaving that anytime soon. So, so rest assured, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. That being said, even when I was heavily into Micro Four Thirds, I never really invested in Micro Four Thirds glass. Being that it's really small sensor size, I want stuff that can age. If you guys have heard me talk before, invest in glass. Cameras will come and go. Camera systems will come and go, but good glass is there for a long time. And that's one reason I made this purchase. All right, well, hang on. Warranty stuff. I'm not going to show that because it has a serial number and stuff like that, but manual. This, we got a little box here. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is the collar for the lens. And it is. So let me open this up here. The only downside about not using OBS is I don't have a top down. So yeah, oh, I like the way that feels. So I got the kind of support system there for the lens. So it screws on the bottom of the lens, goes on a mounting system. I have a lens support on my rig already, so I may not use this. But from there, we got a whole bunch of styrofoam. If you guys care about styrofoam. And then this. Oh yeah, this thing is hefty. Hefty. I got nothing else in there. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Okay. All right. So, talking about investing in glass, I actually got the PL version of this, which is going to be a huge learning curve because I've never owned a PL lens, but this is the Sigma Prime. It is a 92 millimeter front diameter, so pretty standard. One thing I do like about it is it does have a filter size of 82, and so I can use my Black Pro Mist, my NDs, and all of that. One thing, this is a small detail, but one thing I love about Sigma CINE lenses, it gives you like all the details like right here. Like if I forgot, I'd just be like, oh yeah, 82 millimeter filter thread size, which is dope. Look at this. Good, nice little focus throw. And then also your declicked aperture. And like I said, PL mount. So I got my adapters coming in tomorrow. So hopefully nothing will go wrong, and everything will work out fine. But that is what we're looking at. Look at this. Look at, oh my God, just geez. Honestly, this is going to probably be my A lens on most everything. And Gerald says, that is a sexy piece of glass. It really is. It really is. I love the design of these. So let me go down this rabbit hole for a minute. I'm going to put this here for just a minute. The reason why I went with Sigma glass for a cinema setup, one is I was able to get it at a relatively same price as like broken on zine lenses. That's how much, like with refurbish and maybe price cut that I got, I was able to get it for. So like not much more than zine lenses, which if you're familiar with zine lenses, those are like budget friendly big boy lenses. And so that was one reason, but also, you know, you may see online like different places that do rehousing of Sigma glass, take like the photo version and rehouse it, and do all that. But honestly, the quality of this, like, so they're like PC Hood is one that does like the 18 to 35 rehousing. And I apologize if you hear the crackling and if that messes with you. But the 18 to 35 rehousing, like I was tempted by that because it's like $1,500 to get it rehoused. If you use it on certain cameras, it's parfocal, so that's kind of nice. And so that was a huge kind of like, should I go that route? But then it's just like, I don't know, man. Like it's just something about like just the sleekness of this design. Like that's a big thing for me. I want this to look good on my camera. Let's be real. And because I was able to get it at a really good price, even though yes, it's refurbished, I'll take this in a heartbeat. Now this is going to be almost as much as if I were to buy like 2 of the iron glass CINE lenses, which I was originally going to get. But honestly, like, so there's the build quality was one thing, a reason why I went with this, but also if you guys missed it last year, I actually reviewed this lens. Now, I reviewed the photo art version of this lens, which if you're not familiar with Sigma CINE lenses, they basically take those art series lenses and almost in essence, like rehouse them to be more cinema friendly, or more filmmaking friendly. And so optically, I've tested this lens, and it's the one lens that I used on the Pocket 4K that I didn't need to use a speed booster for, because it's 1.4. This is T1.5. And so it was fast. It was plenty fast that I didn't need a speed booster. And 35 is, I love 35 on micro four thirds. I love that 70 millimeter equivalent. So, that's another big thing is like, I love the optics on it. I love the way it looked. And I want to get away from speed boosters. Like, I love the 1835, but Joshua Martin, if you guys don't follow Joshua Martin Studios, like, love him to death, love his channel, now works for Moment and still does stuff with his channel. But he planted the seed of like getting away from speed boosters in my brain. And now I'm just like, God, I gotta get away from speed boosters, because it does introduce another piece of glass behind the lens. And so it's not going to be as like maybe not as the manufacturer intended it to be. And that may not be a huge deal when you're doing like stuff like Z lenses or stuff that is like lower budget. But when you start getting into like higher budget lenses, you buy them because of the optics. You buy them because of the characteristics that they have. And when you start putting in speed boosters, it's just that little bit of degradation to it. It's not much in some scenarios. Like the Viltrox or even Metabones does a great job of keeping things sharp, keeping things pretty even with how it's supposed to be. But you're just never really going to have the same look with another piece of glass in front of the lens. And you can say the same thing about like I'm using a diffusion filter and ND filters, like you're putting more glass in front of it, sure. But like if I can get away from like you need ND filters. Like if you're out in the sun, you got to have ND filters. Like you just have to. Diffusion is awesome because you get this nice little like highlight roll off and halation, and so it's a good look. But speed boosters, it gives you more light, but if you can get a decent amount of light from the lens itself to where you don't need to introduce that extra piece of glass, I'm all for it. And so if we're talking about, some things as far as being able to use this on the FP as well as the pocket cameras, I may still look at, I debated on getting a speed booster just for the OG pocket camera, just because it is a 2.88 crop. So it's a little bit more than the 1.9 on the Pocket 4K. But we'll see. We'll see. So we got a couple of chats in here. Quippy says, sweet lens, by the way, was... Quippy called me out. Sweet lens, by the way, was that really the first time you unboxed it? How did you keep not tempted to not open it before the show? Quippy, I hate you. Yeah, I opened it today, but I repackaged it the way that it came. I wanted to do that because, and I'm glad that I did, because I had a PLEF mount adapter. Gerald, I have not opened the I-series lenses though. So if you guys want to see that, we can. Gerald says, what follow focus will you use with that Sigma? Honestly, I'm going to keep on using the Nucleus Nano. I've seen reviews. It works fine. This focus throw is not, I think it's 180 degrees. And it's relatively smooth. It's got a little bit of tension to it, almost like perfect amount of tension. But the Nucleus Nano should be able to handle it. These are not, the focus thrower are not going to be that much more than the photo lenses. So honestly, it's from what I've seen, and I hope that EB or Jack don't actually see this, but from what I've seen, it is almost like a rehousing of the R series lenses. And so the focus throw is not going to be that much more. It might be a little bit more, just to kind of get a little more precise focusing. But still, with that being said, because it's relatively easy to move, and this is relatively compact to some cinema lenses. Like that's another reason I like it. It's especially on the FP. It's not going to add a ton of bulk to it, and so the Nano should be able to handle it. And if that's wrong, and I end up having to change my entire rig setup, you'll find out. Ricardo Mori says 5,000 subscribers, well deserved, good sir. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you guys. Honestly, like, I couldn't have been here without you guys. It's been almost a little bit over 3 years since I started YouTube, and now I'm at 5,000 subs. We always hear like the success stories of like the bigger tubers, and hey, I was here for a year and got 5 million subscribers. And unfortunately, that doesn't go that way for everyone. There is a good amount of YouTubers that they've been on here for years and years and years, and they're still under 100,000. One of my inspirations for the channel, oh God, I said it and I blanked on his name. Nigel Barros. He's been on YouTube for 10 to 11 years. And I think this past year just hit over 100,000. And honestly, that's an inspiration to me, because I'm just like, that's awesome. It's good to see like people make it that have been here for a long time. And so it's, it can be a trek. It can be a grind. So, and I love it. I used to, want to get to like 100,000, 200,000, 500. And honestly, I'm enjoying being in this space to represent smaller YouTubers. And, I may not always be here. Hopefully I won't always be here, because I think there's other things that come with being a bigger YouTuber. If I'm making microfilms and putting out, work, I want people to see it. And hopefully that translates to a bigger audience, but at the same time, like, I'm enjoying it while I'm here. So Quippy says, oh, I love that guy's stuff too, Nigel. Nigel's really good. Nigel is really good. And Nigel, I think, found a niche in like lighting. I think he does a really good job on lighting. People, when they review stuff, have different niches. I've kind of like, when I review stuff, my niche is like lenses. And I think my buddy Pav is the same way. Like, he's big into lenses. And so I just get sent lenses and review lenses. And it's great to work with places like Sigma, because that's the primary thing they put out is lenses. And so I'm always like, what do you got now? So finding a niche, even going beyond just like, I'm a review channel, like, what do you specialize in? That's a huge thing. That will help with audience growth. People can expect to know what to get. And that's not to say like, I always go to drink something and forget that. We're just gonna take a second. You do have the ability to pivot. Like, I'm a firm believer in making what makes you happy. I think last year I started to get really, unhappy with my content. It was becoming very formulaic. I wasn't having fun making it anymore. And so if you see a shift in my content to where I was going to like short form, I cut out the BS intro of like, let's talk about this. And then back in the day, I did like the rock, like the Peter McKinnon, like rock song with like an intro. And I cut that out. I was like, I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to do life updates. Like, if you want to talk about my life, like, let's get on Instagram, talk about it. I'm all for that. But we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of it. And that's not to say I don't have longer videos. Like, I just filmed the Sigma rig video last week. And honestly, I was intending to putting that out yesterday, but with being sick, I was just like, I just don't have the energy to do the B-roll for this. And so I put out the film challenge, which I had actually filmed that with the FP rig video, and initially cut it out because it was a 15-minute video. And I was like, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out the challenge video, and then I'll, take some more time to do the B-roll for the rig. So you're going to get rig video. And honestly, I kind of really like this rig setup. So be excited, be excited. So with that being said, all right, so we got some more chats. Sorry, pivoting. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to like make what you want. Like this microfilm, these series of microfilms is based off of, I'm not doing client work right now. I'm not making films for anybody right now except for me. And I don't really have anybody to show them to. And so like you guys get to see all the work that I do. And it may be in the form of My Brother the Villain and new episodes. It may be in the form of I'm working on a one scene, like literally like one scene science fiction type microfilm, like true microfilm, like under a minute. And I'm honestly been working on that more than My Brother the Villain, and almost am more excited about that than I am My Brother the Villain. I love that. I love the My Brother the Villain project. That one was in kind of in my concepts, if you will, for the better part of like a year. No, that's long, maybe like 6 months. But the one that I want to work on, that I may end up working on, I just signed a deal with Anton Bauer battery company, and they want to work on a project together. So I'm probably going to shoot that with them because I'm going to use a Pocket 4K for that, and they want to see stuff with the Pocket 4K. So, so yeah, just make what. All that being said, I'm going down rabbit holes. All that being said, make what you love. Don't. What's up, Sebastian? Don't settle for what gets views, because honestly, like that's like I'm burnout, and no shit. Like you're doing the same video, this non-creative video all the time. And how would you not get burnt out from that? And I love most of these people. Like there are some I just can't watch anymore. Like I'm literally like, you are doing the same thing every week with the same thumbnail, with the, it's clickbait, honestly, and I'm over it. But that being said, make it what you love. Don't get burnt out. This YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. And so make what you love. If that is microfilms, if that is talking about filmmaking, make it what you love. Sorry for that soapbox, but that's my soapbox for the day. I'm seeing chats come in and they're not coming up on my iPad. There we go. Let's see. I got to catch up here. Damien says, well, I'm late. Damien, we're always here. You're never late. You're here when you're here. No pressure. Fernandez says, that are good numbers. I'm on YouTube since 2008 and 9, and I have 160 subs. That happens. I have a guy that I worked with before, Bobby Peacock. He's been on YouTube for a minute. I think he's still at 120. And I respect the hell out of that. I don't know if I were now at 100, if I wouldn't have given up. But that being said, I've had that conversation with myself a number of times and been like, what am I going to do? I'm going to make videos. I'm going to want people to see them. What other alternative is there? I'm not going to go Vimeo. No one's watching Vimeo unless you're doing a client project. So just grind. So that being said, absolutely, Fernando, keep it up, man. Ricardo says, you had 3,500 or so when I subscribed, and when I saw the quality of your video, I honestly thought you were a bigger channel. I appreciate that. Honestly, I've heard that over the years, and that's not to gloat. The reason I'm saying that is because I'd rather be someone that people think I should have more subscribers than like I have more subscribers and they're like, how the hell did you get these subscribers? You suck. So I'd rather that. I honestly, talking about what Fernando was saying, like I use this time as a smaller channel to just get better and better and better at what I do, more efficient at what I do. Now, do I think some of my older videos, I think production wise were better, because maybe I just poured everything into the production of these videos. And now it's just like, I try to balance production value with, I'm trying to do bigger things here, not necessarily bigger than YouTuber. Like Scrubs don't, have no time for Scrubs. I just quoted TLC, but anyways, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, can I get good quality videos that I shoot, edit, and publish within a 2-day period, rather than working on it a little bit for like 5 days straight. And so, it's there because that gives me more time to make microfilms, to make episodes, things like that. So, yeah. So thank you for that, by the way, Ricardo. Gerald says, yes. So Quippy was saying, oh, I love that guy talking about Nigel Barros. Gerald says, and he did it all with the GH3. Man, I respect that guy because he does all he does with the GH3. I'm like, dude, I'm like itching to buy the next camera. Like, I almost bought 2 cameras this year already, and it's March. Oh my God. And so, yeah, doing it all GH3 is pretty awesome. I think we're so close to getting them on a Pocket 4K. We'll see. All right. So Muhammad says, following Gerald's question about the follow focus, do you recommend the nucleus in or for the Crane 2S, and can it be powered via the gimbal? I never tried powering it through the gimbal because what I did with the Pocket 4, I'm looking up because the Crane 2S is hanging up on my wall right now. But I always used the Tilta NPF battery plate as a counterbalance for the Pocket 4K. So I never really tried to power it through the actual Crane 2S, but I think it can. I'm pretty sure it can be controlled. And honestly, no, I'm thinking about something completely different. Not for the follow focus, but I was talking some autofocus lenses. You can actually control the focus of that lens depending on what camera you use it with. And so even non geared up lenses that you use the Nucleus Nano with, you can actually use the Crane 2S to use the wheel to actually control focusing. It's almost like you're manually focusing with autofocus lenses. So it's pretty dope. But yeah, so I don't know if you can plug it in, but that's what I used when I do use the Crane 2S is the Nucleus Nano. It's a great setup. And I would be surprised if it can't. I have a Crane M2. No. Yes. I think that's a mobile version. But I think you can plug it up even through that. So I would be surprised if the Crane 2S can't. Is the Crane M2? Whatever. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Grant says, yeah, I totally would have expected you to have 100K plus when I saw your vids. Thank you, Grant. Yeah, it's, again, when I get to 100K, it's going to go one of two ways. It's going to want to go one of two ways. I'm going to get to 100K and be so exhausted that I'm going to be like, F this, I'm done. You're going to get you're just going to get a whole bunch of YouTube shorts. And I'll just be done by that point. Or I will have kind of worked with efficiency in these smaller stages of an audience, and you'll just get some dope videos. Since I'll have apparently we were talking about today that one of my buddies was talking about getting an editor, and I was like, I think when you reach 100 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, it's like assumed you have an editor at that point. And so that being said, if I get to 100, maybe I'll have a team, and this will be a whole lot easier because right now it is literally me. My wife is great, but I sometimes am like, can you press this record button, please? And she'll just be like, yeah. So cameras make her nervous because she's like, you spend a ton of money on this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I have. Please be careful. Geek Dad Life, Jay freaking Gladfelter. What is up, man? Was in the wrong one. Congrats, Anson. Yeah, apparently I hate the way that the webcam interface for the stream on YouTube works. But basically, I should probably pop over there. But if you're, not, if you haven't seen the earlier part of this, but basically, if I start the webcam portion of the live stream, like I go directly through YouTube, I found that it performs a little bit better. There's no like, lag. My internet can handle a little bit better because it's just not going through OBS. But the problem with it is once I start the stream, I can't change what my audio source is, or at least I haven't been able to figure it out by now. So like I got on the initial stream and it was the same exact audio source that I picked originally, but it wasn't producing any audio. And so I was like, whatever. I feel bad because I hate promoting live streams and then being like, oh, hey, we've got to go over to this other stream now. So if you were in that other stream, thank you for coming over here. But Jay, y'all, you guys know when you guys get on live streams, I like to rep other channels. Jay does an amazing. If you are into just general nostalgia for like toy collections, and honestly, just nostalgia for like the 80s and 90s, check out Geek Dad Life. Jay does an amazing job. He is an old buddy of mine. We used to work at another company together. But he got on YouTube and I was like, hell yeah. And he's kicking ass and I love it. So check him out. Jay, are you still doing live streams on Thursday nights? I think you are at like 9, if he's still in here. So Jay says, everything I've learned about how to make good looking videos, I learned from you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I'm here. If I can give anybody any assistance on how to figure all this crazy shit out with videos, I've done my job. I've done my job. Thursday and Sundays at 9 p.m. What are you doing on Sundays? Also, I do have a bone pick with you, Jay. You almost spoiled WandaVision for me. I like saw your live stream come up and I was like, I'm not watching it because we always watch it on Saturday nights with one of our friends. They're kind of in our pod of people that we've chosen for COVID. And so we wait until Saturday to watch it. And I was like, I'm not watching this live stream. So almost got me. But yes, Thursdays and Sundays, 9 p.m. Geek Dad Life. I think Thursdays you do like a recap of like the week and all like toy collection, retro, stuff. And I think even TV shows, because you did a little bit, talked about The Mandalorian for a while. So by the way, we're probably gonna wrap up here in a little bit because I am on the FP and we knew what happened last time with the FP and I didn't plug it in. And so like the battery's gonna die. I didn't learn my lesson. It's probably gonna die again. So we'll wrap up here in a little bit, but if you're on the live stream, tell me what you're watching. Because right now we are out of things. No, we just stopped. We just started watching The Boys. So never mind, but still tell me what you're watching. We just started The Boys and we're catching up on The Rookie, like two completely polar opposites of TV watching. But that's what we're into. What are you guys into? What are you guys watching these days? LOL Thursdays is TV and movies. Sundays is toys. Dope. Have you been able to get out to like trade shows? Are you guys doing? I feel like trade shows took a huge hit during COVID time, but I feel like things are opening back up a little bit more. So that being said, Grant says Red Komodo on the way from me. Grant, that's fucking awesome. Awesome. Honestly, if I could just fork out, well, God, I've heard people quote upwards of like $12,000 fit and finished for the Red Komodo. If I could fork out that kind of money, hell yeah. The Pocket 4K and Sigma FP have been like my budget go-to. And probably how much I've spent on the FP getting it like production ready, I probably could have bought a Red. But that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm super stoked for you. Stoked for the RF mount and everything. So that's awesome. Let's see. Construction Crony says, dude, you rock, man. Congrats. Keep on keeping on, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the stream and being a part of the community. So love it. Love it. Again, this is not just like, hey guys, I reached 5,000 subscribers. Celebrate me. That's BS. I'm not doing that. Like, thank you guys. Like, if it wasn't for each and every single one of you that are subscribed to the channel and participating in live streams and commenting on videos and everything, like, I wouldn't be here. So I appreciate it very, very much. That being said, if you're joining the stream late, I did do an unboxing of this beautiful, beautiful piece of glass, the Sigma 35 millimeter T1.5. I'm so ready. I've got a couple adapters coming in for the Pocket 4K and Sigma FP. Hopefully tomorrow. I like, this is one of those things like you're at Christmas and your parents got you a really dope present, but didn't get you the batteries for the present. And that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, I don't have an adapter to actually use this amazing lens on the cameras right now. But it is PL mount. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to invest in some glass, I'm going to try to a little bit future proof myself a little bit. If I ever get into expensive cameras, which now all expensive cameras for the most, well, not all, but a lot of them do have mirrorless mounts. And so that may have been like the wrong choice, but I decided to go that route. So awesome. Okay. So everybody, I think people are wrapping up on Instagram. Oh man, that sucks. I've gotten a lot of people like commenting on the other stream. Man, freaking YouTube, dude. That sucks. So I need to find a way to work that system. But that being said, thank you guys very much for joining. I'm like mumbling at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, YouTube, for joining. Thank you, Instagram, for joining. If you're watching the stream and you're part of the other live stream, I apologize. YouTube sucks when it comes to the webcam feature. We'll figure it out later. But thank you guys all for joining. Thank you guys for 5,000. I have freaking cheers. Seriously. Thank you guys so much for being a part. I am working on a Sigma FP rig this week. So next week, look for that video. Unless, again, I just don't have a voice and I don't feel well, then I'll treat myself and keep myself safe here. But look for that next week. Yeah, new episode of My Brother the Villain. Hopefully, I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks should be done. So keep an eye out for that. If you missed the microfilm challenge video, go check that out. Win a freaking Helios 44M amazing vintage lens. So check out the video I posted yesterday talking about the microfilm challenge. Take part. Honestly, just kind of see it as a way to get motivated to make some great films. So thank you guys all for joining. Ricardo says, have a good night and all the best for your projects. Thank you very much. I'm excited to bring you guys some projects. So let's make this happen. I'll see you guys later. Oh, we have one more. Geek Dad Life. Jay said something. Congrats again, Anson. Here's to the next 5K. Hell yeah. Jay, you need to get up to 5K. We're up here. We'll be up here together. Peace, guys. Oh, my keyboard's all the way down there. Let's try this again. We're going to act like I just didn't go pick up the keyboard on the floor. So that being said, go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Stay safe. Be happy. Support each other. Wash those hands, and I'll see you here next time. Peace. It's not the same.